year of it.
So whether you're starting or you are already doing it pretty frequently, there's a lot of things you can leverage video for. And my background and my main goal of this presentation is to give you that kind of concept and perspective of how to get started, but also maybe things you don't think about or haven't learned yet. All right, so this is what I like to affectionately call the why you should give a shit slide. The whole point is to just demonstrate, as George mentioned, or Jorge, I gotta get used to that.
I know, I'm getting used to it too.
Is why video is so important. It's becoming incredibly important across all of your digital marketing, all of your marketing in general. To give you perspective and to call out some things. It can increase your landing page conversions. It can increase your search traffic. It can increase your CTRs and your emails. Video works, plain and simple. And to demonstrate that, I'm going to do a little exercise. So right now, text, right? A little more attractive, a little easier on the eye, works a little bit better. Pretty much the same thing. Why does video work? It's genuine, it's visual, it's easy to engage with. And I know you can't see it, in the bottom left-hand corner, the whole purpose of this infographic, one of the things it talks about, we retain 80% of what we see. We're creatures of visualization. 20% of what we read, not as attractive, right? And unfortunately for yours truly, 10% of what we hear. So, I will tell you when to concentrate, when to take a picture, when it's the important parts. You can tweet, you can text, it's all good. But video works because it's highly visual, it's highly engaging. Now the challenge for us is, how do we incorporate it amongst our many kind of marketing channels that we're already leveraging, right? That being said, there's never been a better time to get started in video marketing. Literally, the past week, YouTube TV came out. We now can watch TV on our phone with a subscription from YouTube. So who here hates Comcast? I'm a cord cutter. I'm not afraid to say it. I haven't owned a cable subscription in 3 years. But for B2B technology companies, video is an absolute necessity. If you're doing any sort of content marketing or any sort of inbound marketing, video needs to be a part of that equation. If it's not, you need to kind of check yourself a little bit and ask yourself the question, how do we get started? Where do we go? So the way I like to think about video is there's 4 parts. You have the different types. So how does it fit into our content marketing equation? Different tools you can leverage. People that are going to help produce it or create it. And then finally, how do we promote it? How do we actually get value from the video that we create? Start types. So in my mind, this is a 10% slide. This is a takeaway. There's 3 types of video in my mind, and I would debate anyone on this. You have content videos, you have sales videos, and you have cultural videos. You can get into the nitty-gritty of like, well, you can do this type of video and that type of video. They fall into these main meta categories. So again, sales videos, content videos, cultural videos. I'll start with content. Everybody loves content. This content marketing works. Anyone know who this guy is? Stella? That's not Stella yet.
It looks like it's the
I want to tell Stella.
Rand
Fishkin, yeah. Okay, so, and that's okay that you guys don't know who he is. This is Rand Fishkin. He is the CEO of a company called Moz. They are a SaaS software company based out of Seattle, and they are one of the leading kind of providers of SEO technology. So SEO, as we all know, it's like this mystical, very complex thing. For heaven's sake, the title of this video is Weighting in Clusters of Ranking Factors in Google's Algorithm. I fell asleep just saying that. Like it's absurd. But they're taking complex material and they're making it human. They're making it digestible. They're making it so Rand's a very personable guy. He's literally going on what they call a Whiteboard Friday, unscripted, every Friday, and talking about a boring, complex thing and making it easy to consume. And I guarantee you everyone in this room has had a Netflix binge once in their life. We're starting to get into this pattern within our content of being on demand. And so Whiteboard Friday is a perfect example of that. They shoot it, they ship it, they promote it, they have a very big following simply on Whiteboard Friday, and it allows their users to be able to digest stuff on SEO at the end of their week so they can implement it the very next week. Other types of video that you want to be thinking about, webinars, amazing in B2B demand generation. Probably, arguably one of the easiest ways to get started that you can have impact on both inbound and outbound. Podcasts, they're blowing up a lot. You can do a lot of reach, easy to get started, hard to kind of get in the top rankings of iTunes, but same thing. Wide-reaching, high impact, high value. Interviews and tips, so you can get third-party influencers who are related to other companies. You can get folks internally that you want to kind of increase their brand awareness, like Rams. He's known as a thought leader kind of in the digital marketing space. And it's because he's constantly talking. He's constantly saying, hey, this is what you should know. It's really easy to get an influencer on a Skype call, record them, and then post that on your blog, post that on your website.
Quick question on the podcast part. I start seeing more and more of these YouTube videos with just the audio file and a still picture. What's the deal with that? The whole idea of podcasts is to listen on the go. And,
exactly. I think that's bullshit. Totally candidly. I think that it's valuable and it's nice if you're recording the people where they're actually having a conversation. So there's value of putting a podcast and putting it into a video format because that makes me more real. I'm not the magical voice behind the curtain. I'm an actual person. Send me the link of the people that did that. We can share them on
Twitter. There's endless links.
Do you think it's a good idea to combine multiple types of content? Like, for example, if I conduct an interview, I can also make a podcast out of it, or record a webinar and also publish a podcast or tips. Like, do you think it's a good idea to?
What's your name?
Munir.
Munir? Munir, high five. Yes! Yes! That's the point! Repurposing. It's a beautiful thing, guys. If I get an influencer to have a 15-minute interview, what are they doing? They're sharing immense value. Where I'm asking them questions and they're serving up information. We can take those questions that I asked, turn it into a blog post. We can take the script of what they said, slap it into a blog post. You literally can get services that'll write the content for you, that'll help you rank for keywords, that'll drive you traffic. So repurposing is something you absolutely should be thinking about, whether it's taking bits and pieces from one piece of content and recreating into another, or aggregating multiple pieces of content to kind of a master piece. There's another hand.
Well, I just wanted to say that's exactly, just to kind of piggyback on what Craig was mentioning, that's exactly what we do all the time, where let's say you interviewed someone for 7 minutes, okay? You take that video, let's say the full length, it's on YouTube, but you want to chop that up now into statements, into sound bites, into GIFs, exactly, and feed them. Now you can take that 7-minute video and create, let's say they're 30-second sound bites and stuff. I mean, do the math, right? That's what we're talking about. And then dripping that across multiple channels, not just, I mean, a 30-second bite is not going to be great for YouTube. The 7-minute version is great for YouTube. The 30-second bite might be great for Facebook or Twitter or Instagram.
A landing page.
Yeah. Or on a landing page, right? Well, if it is on YouTube, then you embed it on the landing page. So repurposing is essential.
So take your example. You can take a podcast, which is typically 30 minutes, maybe an hour. You can take valuable pieces of information from that podcast that the influencer shared with you, literally recreate it as a blog post. You just create a blog post for yourself in no time. You even can take snippets. You can take video of that. There's a lot of ways that you can kind of manipulate elements of content to work for you, but you can think of it as there's big assets and there's small assets, kind of like what George mentioned with the full-length video and the snippets. Any other questions? Moving on. All right, so second type, sales videos. We've all seen sales videos. I cannot tell you how many times we've seen the testimonial videos where it's like, our product's going to change the world. Here's some people that are exactly like you. Come buy from us. The best video I've ever seen in terms of a sales content video or sales enablement video is Asana's video, and I'll send a link to this. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like, they do a great job of showcasing their product. They incorporate their logo in the video. It's easily a $50,000 to $100,000 video. It's super expensive.
Who is it?
Asana? You guys know Trello?
Yeah.
Trello, they just got population. Asana is one of their bigger competitors. Yeah. That being said, we don't have to spend $50,000 on a video. That's me in my bedroom. And so this is one thing that we've started doing the past 6 months, where with the folks that we work with, we like to educate them on how to do demand generation better. We work with a lot of founders, and quite frankly, they don't know what they don't know. So the easiest way to kind of explain complex topics in a very simple way is using video. So this is literally me in my bedroom, probably at like 7:30 in the morning, talking about a proposal that I sent to a prospect. Since we started doing that, we have a 67% win rate on 13 deals. So sample size is small, but still really solid. That being said, in sales, it's not just about kind of the direct sales videos, it's about augmentation. So if you go back to the original slide that we mentioned, video augments your other elements, your content, your sales process, your funnel. It helps your click-through rates go through the roof. It helps your conversion rates go through the roof. So you want to think of video, and especially sales-oriented videos, it's helping progress people faster through your funnel. Testimonials, it helps me relate to you. It helps me say, okay, you've worked with other directors of marketing who are just like me. That's great. Explainer videos. If you have a complex product with, there are some things that are just beyond the mere mortals that we are, use a video. It's so easy to create kind of a graphical video and make it fun. We all love cartoons when we're growing up, right? At least I hope so. So use a video that explains your complex product in a very simple way, at least to the point where, okay, I kind of get this, this makes sense, and now I'm further down the funnel. Question?
Yeah, so are you sending out video on like, at what point like in the funnel? Like are you cold emails, like you doing any of that?
Yeah.
So this is like an explanation of like you sent out a deal?
Yep.
Okay.
So this is a proposal stage. So this is, we've had.
So you've done a demo?
We've had an intro call.
Alright.
I understand kind of what you're looking to do. This is us to kind of
Did
say.
you use video to get to the call?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
So in terms of getting to the call, we're not doing, I will talk about that.
Alright.
There are tools that you can use to do that. It depends on your strategy.
Okay.
So for us, we're lucky enough, we're not doing a ton of outbound for ourselves. We have a lot of referrals. Doing events like this, we have a good amount of inbound. But in terms of outbound and how to leverage video, there are platforms you can use to reach out to someone. I think it's a little iffy to do that before you've had that first call, just because most people don't like cold phone
It's
calls,
cold,
cold emails for the most part. If I send you a cold email with a video, that can work. I think it's a fine line though, because it's like, what's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan? So Ryan, if I cold email you and I'm like, hey Ryan, I saw on LinkedIn that you work for so-and-so and I think I can really help you do this and that. It's a little weird because I've really looked into you, which some
It's better
folks,
than cat videos, that's what I'm getting
it's
right
better
now.
than cat videos. You're going to be better off using GIFs in your cold emails than you are going to be using videos, because then I made you laugh. I've engaged with you in a way and I said, hey, I'm asking for a little bit of your time. Let's jump on a call. That being said, on that call, I use video conferencing because we're remote, right? So what I'll do is I don't put video on for my prospect, I'll put video on for myself. So that way, hey, my video's on, you can choose not to put it on, and if you do, we connect on a more intimate level. It literally happened this morning. I had a call with a guy who runs a startup out of Vancouver. Had my video on, he turned his on almost instantaneously. We talked about, like, he had 2 dogs run past him. He was like, oh, what type of dogs do you have? I have 2 Boston Terriers. Oh, great, here's my border collie right behind me. So it can create a more intimate feel for your sales calls, which, let's face it, are sometimes not the most intimate thing because I'm trying to just buy something from you. But using video ahead of time, I would do it either after you've got someone to engage, like, hey, I looked at your site or I saw this, or hey, we just had a call, thank you so much, and I'm sending you a video message. This is more personal. Any other questions? Sales related?
How do you use video for answering objections and maybe in follow-ups?
Yeah. So I use this type of video for answering objections. That's one of the reasons why we started doing it. Is we found that we'd send a proposal and then sometimes we'd have to jump on another call because they'd have questions about the proposal. We get ahead of it with this, where you're able to say, look, I know you're probably thinking about that. Here's another way you want to think about it, or here's a question that you might have had. In terms of after the facts,
Can you play one?
just play it?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't because we have NDA.
Right.
No, I can't put that one. So I'll think about that.
Sure.
I might send a password protected video to you guys if you're
Alright.
really that curious. But yeah, it's basically like I said. You can see my claws in the background. Like it's not high fidelity, guys. Video doesn't have to be high fidelity.
How long are these types of videos?
Yeah, these videos on average, you can see this one was 11 minutes and 42 seconds. And the nice thing is we send these videos with a trackable player, so we know exactly how much engagement we have. There's only been one person who we sent this video that only watched a couple minutes. Most of our prospects watch the full thing. So it really varies. Sometimes they're 5 minutes. The most we've done is 15. We also have what we call audit. So if you kind of have pre-existing systems and we help you do that. The longest one I shot was 45 minutes, and I apologized to my prospect, put a table of content in the video, and said, watch this, this, and that. We signed them 2 weeks ago. So like, even though length doesn't really matter, but probably depending on what you're trying to achieve, like if it's a follow-up video, 2 to 3 minutes, people are busy. If it's something where they're ready to pay thousands of dollars for a service, they're probably going to watch a 10-minute video because they have an invested interest to understand exactly what they're doing.
Would you worry a little bit about, like, if you've got competitors, like, you could be like, you could put out like deal terms and then like forward it off to like, you know, a competition and you're like, well, he's telling me this. Like,
Yeah. They absolutely could.
Yeah.
I think our main mission and objective is teach people how to better do digital marketing and growth. So if they send that, and as far as I'm aware, there's only a handful of companies that I would consider comparable competitors. Feel free. If they get a better deal, that's great.
I mean, that's the kind of risk you're taking when you're doing content marketing, right?
Exactly.
You gotta put yourself out there.
Yeah. We have a lot of companies that we work with on the market automation side, and it's kind of the same question of, I'm not comfortable putting a gated form that my competitors can access it. If someone has enough intent, they're going to do that. Like if they can use a Gmail account, they can use their friend to say, hey, can you download this ebook or case study for me, or product sheet, so that way I can look at my competitor info. The way that I like to think about that is if you are leading, let them take it. It's giving the idea. I think for us, we're in services, so we're selling our knowledge. So it's pretty hard to recreate what we know and what they know. Question? All good? All right, sorry guys. So gist of sales videos, it can be high fidelity, it can be low fidelity, doesn't matter. They're both very, very effective, and I think if you're just getting started in video, start in sales videos. It is the best thing you can do to see ROI on any video you shoot, simply because, I got a 5-minute warning. Simply because, we're going to skip over this one, it will help you progress people into your funnel, which is having direct impact on velocity.
What would you consider a good call to action on those sales videos?
Yeah, say it. So in terms of the videos that we shoot, I basically say, hey, I'm going to follow up with you, or let me know if you have any questions. And so in those videos, it's let me know if this is of interest, I'll send over a contract. Yeah, so it really depends on what stage you're using it at. So for something, let's say like the sauna video, there's no call to action. It's purely informational. It's here's our product, here's our information. I'm going to consume that, but I have a higher likelihood to actually engage me. All right, cultural videos, same impact, hiring funnel. Moving forward. All right, this might be a little controversial, but say no to YouTube. You're sending all your information to Google. You're basically getting a vanity metric back. If you are in B2B marketing or B2B tech, you are wasting your time on YouTube, with the exception if you're trying to use it to drive awareness. And really, that's 10,000 plus views by creating kind of a funnel to go to some other piece of content. So don't host on YouTube when you're thinking about video. Vimeo can be okay, but use Vimeo Pro because they have analytics. But there is a greener light. So Sarah from 23 will be talking, use a platform like 23. It'll give you more pertinent data on your prospects, where the entire purpose of content marketing, guys, is to help enable sales either with leads or with information that they can capitalize on. So the fact that I can send a video on Wistia, see how much they watched, if they rewatch sections, I can then use that information in my sales process to say, hey, you were confused by this. I don't say that outright, but I bring that up in the conversations that we have because they rewatched that section. You can integrate it with third-party systems like a marketing automation platform like Pardot, Marketo, or HubSpot. You can see that information on a behavioral level per prospect. That's immensely valuable. With YouTube, you're getting a view. Yay. So, hosting, Wistia 23, Vidyard, all good platforms. Vidyard has a new product that actually helps with making those sales videos. It's pretty good. Zoom, my favorite web conferencing app. I use it daily. So you can record it, you can do video conferencing. Like I said, I can control if my video pops up, my prospect doesn't pop up. I had a webinar that we just hosted with some folks. A poor AE talked about how a member of his team had video open for both people. Someone came on with their shirt off. So give your prospects the option of not putting their video on if they don't want to. OneMob, so Ryan, to answer your question, OneMob is a platform that you can leverage, like the product with Vidyard, to send emails to your prospects that you can see trackable in Salesforce, all that stuff. All right, people. You might be asking why Rambo's looking at you in the face. It's pretty intimidating, right? You're going to be a one-man or woman army for a very long time. That's okay. You can do a lot. Like George mentioned, the cost of doing video is very low. The production value can be very impactful and high. These are the types of roles that we want to be thinking about long term. I have yet to talk to either a VP of marketing or director of marketing who actually has a video content team. That is coming. We will get to the era where we actually, like everybody knows blogs, everybody knows webinars and all that other content. We will get to a point where in-house video teams exist. That being said, until we get to that point, there are plenty of offerings that you can leverage and use to produce high quality videos without breaking an arm and a leg. I will happily pitch Freedeo all damn day. I am super excited that it is coming out. Talk to Jorge. Fiverr, Upwork, you can find cheaper freelancers that can help you with your video needs, whether it's editing, sound editing, etc. You have marketplaces like Video Hive and Audio Jungle where you can buy if you want to DIY. And then you have agencies like Epiphio, so they stand for Epiphany Video. They do explainer videos and can do it in cartoon or animation form. They're going to cost you at least 30 grand to do, but highly, highly effective. Promotion. So in the creation of video, like I said, you can use it for augmentation. If you're using platforms like Wistia 23 or Vidyard, you can also use it for lead generation. You can actually capture leads. So in the content creation phase, that's great. Get used to churning out videos in high quality in a good amount of time. Don't forget to promote it. This is where a lot of people go wrong. They spend 80% of their time on the production, 20% of their time on promotion. Flip that. Our old friend is back. You can leverage YouTube to actually generate more awareness for your content. Like George said, do snippets, push people to it. Push them on social. Leverage influencers. This is a gal by the name of Adriana Crispo. She is now a sales coach, but this was when she was a speaker at a conference that we ran. We leveraged video to kind of introduce speakers to the conference. This video alone, this is a B2B marketing video, had 1,000 views. This drove signups to our conference simply because she was talking about something that was valuable. She was showcasing, hey, this is a preview of what you're going to get. This is a 16-minute video. It worked. Key takeaways. You need video. So for the half of the folks who are B2B marketing that didn't raise their hand in the beginning, you need to be doing it, but it's okay because it's easier to do now than ever. It can have a major impact on demand generation and sales. This is the 10%. Back to 10%. There are 4 kind of pieces, types that we talked about: tools, the people, and finally the promotional side. And as a close, there's no better time than now to get started. Thanks, guys.
Craig, I had a quick question. If you were to have to answer, what are the tools that I should be investing in early? From those tools that you recommended, and let's say channels, what would they be?
So the tools that we invest in early. So if we go back to that, and what are we messing up? Yeah, there we go. So you need three things. You need hosting, video 23 Wistia. You need to put it somewhere. You need editing. You can use iMovie if you have a Mac. Don't recommend it. ScreenFlow is a great editing program. The benefit of using this, I personally use it. It's $99. You get editing and screen capture. Zoom, $19 a month, $10 a month.